Technology has altered the conventional way of doing things. How we communicate, for example, has changed completely. Nothing is norm and anything goes. Let's chat to trend analyst Dion Chang, one of the speakers of My World of Tomorrow conference and exhibition, and get some answers.
I think obviously technology is the fastest driver of change, and it's completely transformed the business landscape. But in so doing, we also forget how it impacts humanity, because the way in which we communicate with each other means how we interact, how we interface on all levels, whether it's intimacy, whether it's in terms of business. Everything has changed, and it's also polarized people. So an older generation think that technology actually divides people, where a younger generation feels that there is a concept of digital intimacy where technology brings you together. So it depends which side of the fence you lie on, but you're going to be affected whichever way. I think technology, again, I think it's a generational thing, whether you find it healthy or not. I think there are physical downsides to it, so digital addiction, digital burnout, the rising concern about young kids, the true digital natives, or Gen Zs, who are moving around less and are getting less fresh air, exercise, all of those kind of things. But there's a different way of communicating. So there's pros and there's cons to both things. And I don't think we've seen the full impact of it, but I think the way in which we look at our humanness is going to be about singularity and transhumanism when technology and man and machine start fusing. It's a one-way street, and very much like your ecosystems on whatever operating platform you use, you can try and opt out on the accept buttons for different apps, but you find very, very soon that the entire ecosystem starts crashing if you are not aligned. So whether your concerns about data tracking, the new golden egg is going to be called care data, which is your health records, I think you've reached a stage where you've got to just say, you know what, I surrender and I give myself to transhumanism. For me, there's two streams in terms of the impact of humanity. One really is the nuts and bolts, the good that it can do. So the strides that you see, the changes in education, the changes you see in healthcare, all of those kind of things are changing the way we learn and adapt very, very quickly to a new world order. On the other side is a more tongue-in-cheek way of looking at humanity, but important nevertheless. It is about dating, it's about cyber sex, it's about funerals and death and dying, and all of those kind of things, which really starts bringing a completely different thing to it. So for example, on a really weird tangent, in terms of dating apps, there's something called Sizzler, which brings together bacon lovers. So who knew? But you can. So bacon lovers unite. For me, the real game-changing technologies, like drone delivery or driverless cars, those kind of things, it starts off in quite a gimmicky commercial sense, so delivering a pizza by a drone. But once you put that into causes for greater good, delivering life-giving medicines to a disaster area, an Ebola zone, all of those kind of things, people will start saying, well, why didn't we use this technology to do this much sooner? So in that, the humanity effect is far greater and more widespread and more welcomed, whereas the gimmicks are, well, we can take it or leave it if it's in a commercial realm. The one thing I find really interesting about the impact of technology on humanity is on the one side, you're getting this false sense of protest, also armchair advocacy. With a click you can change a cause, or you think you can change a cause. I'm already tracking hologram protests, so you can beam your avatar somewhere. You don't have to really be there to protest. On the other hand, you're getting the really dark side of it. So we understand that there's the dark net or the dark internet, but you're seeing the cruelty of technology on humanity. So cyberbullying, things and unexpected consequences where parents even name and shame their child for something and try and shame them on social media, and it ends up in a suicide, those kind of things. So there's, again, that really tenuous fork in the road. We're not sure where we're going, so be careful which way you swipe, left or right, because that could change your humanity. And I think one of the things that I found in terms of researching about digital addiction and burnout is the fact that there's literally no boundaries in cyberspace, and we don't have boundaries. So once you go down the cyber rabbit hole, you don't come out, you don't know when to pull back. We're adjusting to that, and if you look at the kind of the trends in Silicon Valley of all the conferences trying to balance your parallel existence of your online life and your offline life, I think we're starting to reach that level of humanity where we're saying, okay, we understand that we can't live without technology, but how do we live with it in a balanced way? And it's not always a pretty battle.